Lovely learners, you are welcome to today's lesson. I am Sarah Osiwa Cranton, your maths facilitator. We have maths today and I'm taking you through multiplication. You remember we did one in our previous lesson. Today we are doing another strategy. So let's go through our objectives for today. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to multiply numbers by annexing or adding 0 or zeros. So those are our objectives for today. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to multiply numbers by annexing or adding 0 or zeros. Before we begin the lesson, let's go through the homework. I have the answers here, so quickly open and then cross-check your answers with mine. We have the first one to be 128. The next one is 63. And the third one, 117. And I believe you had everything correct. That's good. Now, our lesson for today. We are going to multiply the following numbers by annexing zeros or adding zeros. With this, don't say that the figures are huge. No. We are going to make it simple for you. So the first one is 7 times 300. Yes, 7 times 300. How are we going to use the strategy to multiply this? When you have this, 7 times 300, just multiply the 7 by the 3. Let's leave the zeros for now. So 7 times 3 is, remember we did the skip counting up and down. So quickly do that. I'm doing it with you. 7 times 3. The answer is 21. And from here, we are going to bring the zeros. Let's add the zeros. And we are done. So 7 times 300, our answer is going to be 2,100. 2,100. Remember the steps. We just multiplied the 7 and the 3. And after that, we added the 0, the 2 zeros, because we have 2 zeros over here. Good. Let's work more examples. Let's go to the second example. 8 times 700. 8 times 700. With this, we will multiply the 8 and the 7. After that, we will add the 2 zeros. So quickly take your pen, multiply the 8 and the 7, and write the answer down. 8 times 7, and I hope you had 56 as your answer. We are not done, because the question is 8 times 700. We have multiplied the 8 and the 7. So what do we do next? We add the 2 zeros. You see, our answer becomes 5,600. I hope you are enjoying. Nice. Now example 3. Example 3. 9 times 5,000. 9 times 5,000. It is not difficult. As I told you, multiply the 9 and then 5. Quickly do that. Today I'm doing the strategy with you, so that when you get huge numbers like this, you wouldn't be scared. 9 times 5 is 45. Let's bring our zeros. This time we have 1, 2, 3. 3 zeros. So let's write them here. 1, 2, 3. And what is our answer? 45,000. So 9 times 5,000 will give us 45,000. Should we work more examples? Good. I have more. I have 14 times 200. Do you want to try it yourself? All right, let's do it together. 14 times 200. What are the steps? First, let's multiply 14 and then 2. 14 times 2. You remember? Skip counting up and down. So 14 times 2 is 28. How many zeros do we have here? It is only 2. 1, 2. Let's bring the zeros. 1, 2. So 14 times 200 will give us 2,800. 2,800. Good. I have another example. 39 times 100. With this, I want you to do it. You have just a minute to do that. My learners, your time is up. Good, let's go through. 39 times 100. 39 times 100. How are we going to do it? We will just multiply the 39 and then 1. 39 times 1. And every number times 1 is the same as that original number. You have to put this thing in your head. Any number times 1 is the same as that original number. So 39 times 1 will give us 39. Let's write our 39 down. How many zeros do we have here? Just 2. 1, 2. Let's bring it down. 1, 2. So 39 times 100 will give us 3,900. Multiplying numbers by annexing or adding 0 or zeros. Very good. 8 times 20. Do you want to try it? 8 times 20. I want you to do this one too. This time, just 30 seconds. Good. Your time is up. 8 times 20. And what was your answer? Multiply 8 by 2. And it is 16. How many zeros do we have here? Only one. Let's bring it. So 8 times 20 will give us 160. I hope you had it. Good. Let's work more examples. I have 12 times 5,000. 12 times 5,000. 12 times 5,000. Look at the number of zeros we have here. All right. Let's multiply 12 by 5. And 12 times 5 is 60. Remember, we have 3 zeros here. So let's bring it 1, 2, 3. So 12 times 5,000 will give us 60,000. That is interesting. Now I have a question here for you. Ten times 90. The pattern has changed, but the same strategy. 10 times 90. With this, we are going to multiply 1 and then 9. 1 times 9. We will leave the zeros for now. Let's multiply 1 and then 9. 1 times 9. And remember, I told you any number multiplied by 1 is the same as that original number. So this time, 1 times 9 will give us 9. How many zeros do we have here? Remember, the 10 has 1 and the 90 has 1. So 2 zeros, 1, 2. Let's add all the 2 zeros to the 9. 1, 2. So 10 times 90 will give us 900. 10 times 90 is 900. Let's solve another one. Eighty times 2,000. 80 times 2,000. I want you to do this as well. The ninth example, 80 times 2,000. You have just a minute to do that. All right. Can we do it together? Yes, we can do it. We will multiply 8 and then 2. 8 times 2. We will leave the zeros for now. So let's multiply 8 and then 2. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 to 16. After that, let's bring all the zeros. How many zeros do we have here? We have 1 here and then 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 zeros. So let's write 4 of the zeros here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 80 times 2,000. And what is our result? Is 160,000. 160,000. I hope you're following. Nice. Another example. Are you ready? Good. $240 times 20. Multiplying numbers by adding zeros or zeros. Multiplying numbers by annexing or adding 0 or zeros. 240 times 20. How are we going to do it? My dear learners, first of all, multiply the 24 by 2. 24 times 2. And our answer will be 48. I hope you had it. Good. We are not done. Now, let's bring all the zeros to the 48. How many zeros do we have here? 1, 2. We have 1 here and another 1 here, making 2 zeros. So let's bring all the 2. So our result is 4,800. 240 times 20. And we had 4,800. We multiplied the 24 and then 2. After that, we added the 2 zeros here. I believe you are enjoying the lesson. We need to work more examples. Math is all about practicing. When you practice, you become perfect. Another example. Thirty times 30. This is so simple. And I want you to try 30 times 30. You have just a minute to do that. Okay. I hope you've written your answer down. Good. Let's do it together. Let's multiply 3 and then 3. 3 times 3. Let's write our answer here. 3 times 3 is 9. How many zeros? 1, 2. So the result is 900. 30 times 30 is 900. 3 times 3 is 9. And then we added our 2 zeros here. My lovely learners, let's go through all that we have learned today. Multiplying numbers by adding or annexing zeros or 0. We multiplied 7 and then 300. 7 times 300, and then we had 2,100. And I know you still remember the steps that we went through. You multiply 7 and then 3, and then we had 21. We added our 2 zeros. The second example, 8 and then 7. 8 times 7, 56. We added our 2 zeros. And the next one, 9 times 5, 45. We had 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. We added it. So we had 45,000. 14 times 2, 28. We had 2 zeros, and then we brought them down. 39 times 100. 39 times 1, 39. Then we brought the 2 zeros down, making 3,900. And then 8 times 2, 16. We had only 1 zero. We brought it here. And the answer was 160. My lovely learners, I hope you have learned something today. Yes, we learned how to multiply numbers by adding or annexing 0 or zeros. Now, before I leave, I want you to do this for me. So you have your task here. Multiply these numbers by adding or annexing 0 or zeros. Multiply these numbers by adding or annexing 0 or zeros. The first one, 15 times 10. Quickly take your notebook or exercise books and then copy the questions down for me. 15 times 10. And the second one, 70 times 3. The third one, number 3, 600 times 3. 600 times 3. And the fourth one, 2,700 times 2. 2,700 times 2. Quickly copy the questions down. During your free time, just go through the examples that we did, sit down and then work these for me. When we meet again, I'll present my answers and you cross-check with yours. You will assess yourself and see if you had everything correct. So learners, until we meet again, remember to keep safe.